So, let's see here. This is a very rough, this is an overview map, but I'm going to throw you guys on here anyways. Just in case things get interesting. You guys are just a little too big. There we go. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's right. Okay. And maybe, just in case. There we go. So, while we are waiting for our wonderful pilot to join, I will go ahead and bring us in. Welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up right where we left off from last week. Before we get there, I would like to thank the Friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. If you are watching on Twitch, you can click on the tiles and that'll take you to their web pages. If you don't see the tiles there, click on my profile image and they should show up. The first on our list is the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather products for your tabletop games, such as leather covers for your core rule books. She has a full line of dice bracelets. She has a dice scrolling mat that when rolled up, it looks like a spell scroll. She just absolutely marvelous work. She does all the hand stitching, hand stamping, and hand painting herself. And if you are going to order, though, keep in mind that she is over in the UK. So if it is a gift or some other time-sensitive need, give yourself a little bit of extra time so that it can cross the pond and get through U.S. Customs. Next on the list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. And each scent profile is a different fantasy character. Right now, I am wearing the Candyman, which smells like candied caramel apples. It's some leftover that I have from last fall, and it is wonderful. I'm sure that you can find a scent profile that is to your liking. If you're a new purchaser, they have a buy one, get one free on beard oil. Simply create an account on their website, and you can put 2 beard oils in your cart, and if you use the code FIRST, the second beard oil will be discounted to free. I would like to give a shout out and thanks to Talon and Claw for getting my order correct finally. And I know it took a while, but I am glad to have waited and they got me the product. It is high quality. It looks wonderful. They make a good product. And last but not least, if you are interested in following along with our traveler adventures, or you want to see some outside influence, check out the Cinther's Traveler game. That is a listing of our adventures in the Trojan Reach. The adventure log is a current and up-to-date listing of all of the adventures that we are currently going through, and they're presented in a fashion of of a news blog, so that you would be seeing these small blurbs as they come up. Hold on here. Carrie says that she is racing home as we speak. She says she has an ETA of about 10 minutes. So, where we left off last week, you were on the floating palace of Drinax, and learned that, or had to shed some light on the fact that the high psychopomp of Clark is wanting to name Prince Herrick the successor to becoming basically the space pope for Clark's necrophagic religion. There was a lot of confusion because the high psychopomp and his entourage just arrived at the floating palace, and kind of under the assumption that everybody knew what was going on, and you guys had not been home yet. And so King Oleb was confused, and his confusion with him usually leads to irritation, and so he was quite irate about these religious types being in his palace and talking like talking like Prince Herrick was the next coming. But you explained it to him, and he agreed that for a renewed Kingdom of Drinax and a renewed Sindalian Empire, that this wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, and it'll bring Clark into the fold because Prince Herrick will be in charge of the religion. And then you were told there was information that came in from a trader slash smuggler slash ne'er-do-well named Sal Dossett, that there was a union strike on the planet Acrid, and Acrid is owned part and parcel and run by a mega corporation called P.R.Q, which stands for Pax Rulin Quartermasters. And P.R.Q, there's a really strange setup. So Acrid is a hell planet. It would be considered an oceanic world, except the ocean is all toxic chemical, ammonia and methane and various other bad things. And the atmosphere is thin and caustic. And so life on Acrid is a constant battle against the atmosphere getting in. So like even on your vac suits, even if you're protected, you constantly have to replace seals and do a thorough cleansing of the vac suit when you get in, because this atmosphere will actually get into these joints and seals and destroy the hardware. And so life on Acrid is not a very easy situation. But P.R.Q makes a small fortune off of Acrid, mining metals and basically dredging chemicals from the planet. And the workers have risen up. Now, the situation, the workers' pay was cut, and the products that the workers would have to buy from the company store, the price has increased. And so the workers, being pissed off about this, have created a labor union called the Workers' Union of Acrid, and because they lack imagination. And they've gone on strike. Now, P.R.Q. Doesn't recognize the union, and so a lot of their ability to strike has been quashed by P.R.Q. bringing in strike breakers. And so, not to miss an opportunity, King Oleb takes this information and has sent you guys to Acrid to see what you can do to help the workers' union. Because his idea is like, well, if Drinax comes in and helps the people, the working class, and you kick out P.R.Q., then Acrid, in his mind, Acrid will be left in the hands of the workers' union, and they will be so grateful that they will want to join the renewed Kingdom of Drinax. And so that's his thought process on the matter. You've just arrived, and Acrid is as much of a hell planet as you believe. When you were coming in and coming to dock, as you came out of jump, you detected that there were there were 2 system defense boats. System defense boats being ships that do not have a jump drive. Now, the upside of that for them is that they can take all that extra tonnage that the jump drive takes up and fill that hull space with more weapons and ammunition. And so, from a naval standpoint that pound for pound, a system defense boat will almost always outgun any kind of jump ship. So you found 2 of these. One was in the outlying system, pretty much on pirate patrol duty out around the gas giant. In system, there is a system defense boat in the inner system as well, near the main world of Acrid itself. Now, as you were coming in, the first thought that you thought of was, if there is a overall revolution that is to happen on Acrid, something's going to have to be done about those defense boats. And as you came into port and were docking, hello, Carrie. As you came into dock at the colony installation, you found that there were 2 missile turrets on either side of the landing port that kind of guard this docking facility. Now, Acrid itself has a Class C port, and Qingxi masterfully put the Harrier down on the planet. And then that was the other thing. Your holographic projectors are back up and working, and you opted, I believe, to come in Royal Drinaxian colors, or Sindalian colors. The typical orange, red, or white, orange, and red color scheme of the Sindalian Harriers. And so you have successfully docked, and waiting for you at the coming out to meet you at your ship once the airlock cycles is a man in a frog button type suit. So it's not a double breasted, it's just got the collar and frog buttons. And I never understand why they call those frog buttons. Never mind. I'm going to get off topic wondering why they call them frog buttons. Anyways, so he comes out and he's got a hand computer tablet, and he comes out, and as you all step off the ship, he greets you, says that his name is Talus Rek. He is the one of the acquisitions administrators for P.R.Q. and he welcomes all of you and shakes all of your hands. And he says, I don't believe we've done business with Drinax before. This must be your first time on Acrid. Here, I'll give you a tour. And he starts to lead off, taking you on a tour. Now, you are here to meet the union workers' leader, who is a woman named Gara Hollis. But, of course, you can't really... You're not going to dock and then tell a P.R.Q. representative, no, that's okay, we're here to meet the union representative. So he's ready to lead you on a tour and show you all that P.R.Q on Acrid is capable of doing. How do you want to handle that?
Handle what? That we're not meeting the union representative leader? Is that the deal? I'm sorry.
So, yeah, you're here to meet Gara Hollis, who's the leader of the workers' union, but you can't really. They've got strike breakers. P.R.Q. Corporation has strike breakers here, so it's not like you can land at their facility and announce that you don't want to take a tour of their facility. P.R.Q. thinks you're here to potentially be a client, and your first time here, and you're going to purchase metals and chemicals for the Kingdom of Drinax. You can't really tell them, no, that's okay. You know, you don't want to tell them why you're really here.
Yeah, I'll just go along with the tour and look for opportunities to make contact with the union person.
Okay.
And see what we can learn from the P.R.Q. side.
So this map that you're on is a general overall layout of the entire facility. And I zoomed way out to kind of show it. This central part at the very top is the landing bay where a ship can land, and they've got numerous cargo loaders, and the cargo loaders, a lot of them, you've all seen Alien, where Ripley is driving the mech autoloader. That's what these things are. They look exactly like that. And these big bots are carrying around crates and whatnot and moving them and stacking. And you see them loading a couple of other ships. There are small ground vehicles, and he leads you over to one. You recognize that it is a, Ching Shi and Keith Clark immediately recognize it. It's a Ling Standard Products port porter. These are usually found in imperial states. They are cheap little conveyance vehicles, and this one has been converted. Instead of having a truck bed on the back, it is a van that you can that has some extra seats so that all of you can fit inside of it. And he gives you a quick tour around the facility. Now, everybody make a recon plus intellect check. Okay.
11.
Nice.
It's 7.
Okay. What about Rexar?
I was muted. 8.
Okay. So, Rexar and Chief Keith, you guys notice that there are a series of tunnels that... Well, you notice two things. The first is that there's a series of tunnels that lead off that are basically worker habitat areas. And he drives past those. At the base of the map, all the way to the south, you see that there are a couple of large there's a large like armored vac door, and over that vac door it just says, mine entrance. And this door is, they're huge. So you can imagine that, in the morning, at the beginning of a work shift, just hundreds of employees going into this mine to risk their lives to mine out these tunnels throughout the planet, under the planet's surface. And his tour takes about 30 minutes, and I mean you don't even really listen to half of it. He's going on about logistics numbers and how fast they can manufacture metals and all the different types of chemicals that they can get, including cyanide if you plan to do any metal manufacturing and finishing on Drinax and blah, blah, blah. And he's going over costs and figures. And when he's done, he brings you back to the cargo, or to the landing bay, and he says, well, I will let you go ahead and wander around. He hands you each a visitor's pass to clip onto your uniform, and he says, I'll let you go ahead and wander around. You won't be able to get into all areas, but feel free to look around on your own, and once you're done, you can come to the administrative office, and we will get you set up with a contract.
Excellent.
Now,
I want to wander to the employee room first, if I can, their quarters.
okay. So you make your way over to a small airlock that leads into a series of tunnels to the employee, or to the worker civilian housing. And the civilian housing are basically habitat domes that are built right into the rock face of this tunneled out area. It looks like early on that this was a mine. They probably mined it out and then just built the habitat domes directly into the side of the walls to create housing. And the air in here is stale, and it has a scent to it, not unlike being in a teenage boy's locker room. And that's what these people breathe all day, every day.
And sucks to be them. Christ.
It doesn't take you very long. Does anybody have... so Raph is gone, and Bakasura is gone. Does anybody else have Streetwise?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, best we can do is 0.
This is going to get awkward. Awesome.
Well, if somebody's got a 0, that's better than a -3 for being untrained. So who's got it?
I'll roll
You'll roll dice.
Streetwise.
Okay.
Do it. Let's go. I believe in you.
Seven.
Okay. So with a 7, you are able to find a about every 3 blocks there is on a street corner a kiosk that it's basically like the maps that you see in a mall. There's an arrow that says you are here, and it kind of tells you where you want to go. And the location that you were told to meet Gira Hollis was an employee's tavern, a local watering hole called the Nine. And you are able to locate on this kiosk, in between it flickering and going dark and then coming back on and then flickering and going dark again, you're able to find a route to the Nine. And you get there, and there are, 5 or 6 people in here, and you see the woman that you are looking for sitting at the bar. How do you want to introduce yourselves, and who's going to start that conversation?
I'll introduce myself as Captain Beth Smith. of Drinax, is here to assist in the liberation of the working class from the SRQ overlords.
So Gira Hollis kind of looks around and she goes, "Shh, keep your voice down." And she says, "Barkeep, give me 6 more of these." And the barkeep sets out 6 glasses. She takes 2 of them. And there's 1 left for each of you of some kind of hard liquor. Looks like it's either used for cleaning brakes or machine parts, or I don't know, but it smells strong, like brings a tear to your eye smelling it. And that's when it's still sitting on the bar. And she heads back to a corner booth and is waiting for you to join her.
Being Chris a woman? Go back to a different room? Is that what you said?
Well, she's sitting in a corner booth in the back.
Oh, okay. So I'll drink my brake fluid and head over.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you take a shot of this brake fluid. Make an endurance check.
Oh shit! Roll snake eyes. Okay. 3.
So Captain Beth Smith downs this shot, and you see her face get bright red, and she starts to cough and sputter, and you guys have to sit there and pat her on the back, and she's like, "It's so smooth," and you guys lead her over to this back booth, and she looks up, she says, "Oh yeah, sorry, you probably have never had the white lightning here." Says, "We got to have something to get by."
Okay, well if it's not poison, I'm gonna drink mine now. I'm ready.
Okay.
So also laps at his.
I was waiting to see if I was gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'll do it. It's endurance.
Yeah, go ahead and make an endurance check, both Rexar and Ching Shi.
Oh, this is horrible because my endurance is +0. Awesome.
I got 10.
I got 5. I'm only 2.
And so, yeah, Ching Shi downs hers. Oh, and Keith Clark doesn't have a problem. You know, being in part of the engineering corps in the Navy, you probably drank stronger stuff than this. Rexar doesn't have a problem. Ching Shi's face gets bright red, and she just lays her head down on the table. And Gira Hollis kind of chuckles a little bit. And she says, "So, you're here from the kingdom of Drinax. So, are you telling me that Drinax is offering to help the workers' union?"
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You can believe it or not.
She says, hold on here. She says, "All right, well, I'm going to paint this in broad strokes." She says, the short version is that I plan on being the future leader of Acrid. Oh, I'm sorry, it has a Class A starport. So this is a pretty nice starport for a really shitty planet. She says it's got repair facilities. It has a pretty modest industrial base. And there are a population here that will adore you as heroes if you're going to help us. She says, right now there's a revolution brewing. In fact, it is going to happen sooner or later, no matter who helps or hinders it. It's happening. She says, but with Drinax's help, I can lead a successful revolution, limit the bloodshed, and make Acrid a haven for you. She tells you, she says, now, coming in, you probably noticed the 2 system defense boats. We'll need to figure out a way to neutralize that. I don't know what Drinax has planned for that or what your capabilities are, but you came here in a ship, so that kind of falls under your purview.
I thought maybe she'd have a plan.
She says the port itself has a couple of missile turrets. I'm sure that my people can neutralize the missile turrets.
Alright, that's good.
She says, now, ultimately, she says, like I said, I'm going to be the new leader of Acrid. I want Acrid to be an independent state.
And we would like to be, have a good relationship with the independent state, because I'm pretty sure that you're going to succeed either way. So it'd be better to help.
She says, all right, I like that answer. I like that answer. Gira is a fairly sturdy woman. She's got weathered skin. She looks like she's spent a lot of time in the mines, unlike the administrator that greeted you when you docked. He doesn't look like he spent much time outside of his desk chair. She says, now, probably even before the revolution takes place, or before you even do something about the system defense boats, what we really need are guns.
How many guns are we talking about?
She says, well, she says, ideally as many as I can get my hands on. Hundreds, if not 1,000. But she says, here's the situation. So P.R.Q. has an armory here, loaded with all the weapons that we could ever possibly want. Of course, it's under P.R.Q. guard. So, ideally speaking, we would break in, get the weapons out of the armory, and start passing them out to my people. Then, if you would assist us, we could then go and take over the missile launchers, and then you could take off in your ship to take care of the system defense boats. How does that plan sound for an opener?
Do you think, are you planning to do this at night, or like what's protecting the armory? Do we need to take somebody hostage? Would that be helpful? Because the administrators seem like they would cave to that kind of pressure basically immediately.
She says that might help. She says, honestly, I hadn't really given it this much thought. The whole idea of starting the revolution was kind of a dream of mine. You showed up and kind of made it a reality. So I'm ready to get started. However you want to go about doing that.
I have another question about the use of guns. So, Chris, is this facility on top of all the Acrid sea water, or is it underneath?
This facility is actually built into a cliffside of one of the rocky land masses that pokes up out of the water, or out of the ammonia.
Okay, so we're good to shoot. I just didn't want any leaks of ocean acid water coming in.
Well, and she brings up, she says, the weapons in the armory are exactly the kind of weapons that we would need, because they're going to be shotguns and submachine guns. Nothing that's going to be of danger of piercing any of the dome walls and causing, that the insidious atmosphere outside to get in.
Do you know what kind of security is around the armory?
She says usually there are about 4 guards that guard the armory, and they swap out every 8 hours.
shift. We need to hit the beginning of the shift.
Or the middle, because the other security guards are definitely not nearby.
Yeah.
Because if you did it during a shift change, you have like the chance of all 8 of them coming after you. I just wonder, okay, where is the armory on the map?
Let me
Is
take
it on the
a.
map that we have?
Yeah, let me
We
take.
could do the good old hit half the guards over the head, put on their uniforms, and relieve the past guards. It might be hard to have Rexar be convincing, but
What? No,
Yeah,
I'll come on to any outfit.
you couldn't fit your security guard uniform over your battle dress, but
I'll just try.
if you took them out, we could wear their uniforms and shove them in a corner, and then, hi guys, we're here to relieve you, and then rob them. Just a thought.
So
It's a little cartoony, but
the armory is directly to the west of the landing bay. West and north.
And where are the administrators again?
The
They're, across
The administrators are directly to the east and north.
So I think if we take somebody hostage and then go into the administrative office, the security guards will probably follow and leave the armory open. That's my guess. And the revolutionaries can come up behind and kill the security guards, or recruit them either way. I don't know. But we're democratic, so I'm open to hearing more ideas, or doing it the Qing Shi way, or like the situation.
So here, this
We just go in and murder them. That's my way.
to
I
the
think it costs
to the
more
east
too.
exactly. The armory is here, and the administration office, the administration offices are here, with the base command center here. Now, if you go and you take the administration offices and command center hostage, the only downside that I can see of that is that if something is to go awry, you're going to have to really shoot your way out, because your backs will be against the wall.
That is true. I was figuring Rexar in battle dress, and Jingxi, or probably myself, would probably be like the hostage shakers, and then the other half would assist in getting into the armory and pulling us out. So I know it's kind of splitting the party, but it's only across the hallway, so I don't think it's too big of a deal.
Yeah?
And we need to ask the revolutionary leader which of the administrators is the biggest asshole. Which one would be the best one to take hostage? Because that would probably spur on more revolutionary spirit.
So she says that the site administrator, Corbin Alice, is a huge D-bag. Rather than negotiate with the workers' union, as soon as they found out that there was a workers' union, Corbin went ahead and just sent out a ship and had them bring in strikebreakers. Now, the thing that she tells you, she says, you're going to want to be careful if you run into any of these strikebreakers. They are all Aslan. They are mercenaries from the Glorious Empire. Now, Rexar, as an Aslan, you are an Aslan from the Herate. Aslan dictate their lives by something called Fatir. It is an honor code that basically has 3 tenets, but
don't eat people, don't be dishonorable, and I forget the third.
The third tenet is that basically you act in accordance with the universe, as if the universe itself had its own conscience, And there are times that Aslan believe that they can act in concordance with the universe and there's a harmony. And if you don't follow the first two tenets, it is impossible to ever achieve the third. The Aslan of the Glorious Empire have a bastardized version of Fatir. And it's hard to really put into words, but Aslan of the Herite basically all hate the Glorious Empire. The Glorious Empire was a part of the cultural purges because those clans that went against Fatir or modified it for their own uses in some way, and they were chased out of Herite space. The Glorious Empire is actually all one clan, and rather than just get chased out of Herite space and go do their own thing, they went out, created the Glorious Empire, and continue to throw it into the face of the Herite. And so pretty much all Aslan hate the Glorious Empire. They are honorless. They are basically to be destroyed on sight.
Yep, I remember the slave planet. That was nasty.
Right, yeah. That is the big thing with the Glorious Empire, is that they are huge into slavery. Love it.
They also were eating their slaves, which is gross.
There are plenty of rumors of the Glorious Empire eating their slaves. Now, there's no confirmed reports of that ever happening, but it's a widely believed alternate fact.
Yeah, I've seen it. They eat their slaves. It's gross. And not their vulnerable.
Jeez. Okay. So there's 3 of them?
About the only thing...
Don't worry, I'll promise to not eat or unsave anyone.
About the only thing that the Glorious Empire is known to export are mercenaries.
Ugh. So, yeah, diplomacy is going to be rough with those Aslan. Should we piss them off?
Yeah, because diplomacy with any Aslan is always easy, right?
Oh, I know it's hard in general, but with those ones specifically.
So these are the guys guarding the administrators, or these are the security guards?
No,
These,
she's saying that P.R.Q. brought in these strike breakers. Administrator Corbin brought in these strike breakers, and she says that compared to the rest of the security guards, there's 5 of these guys, and they are going to be a massive thorn in the paw of Rexar and the rest of you. So if you run into them, beware, because these guys don't play around.
Okay, it's them versus, like, how many revolutionaries are we talking about?
She tells you that she has a few thousand revolutionaries. Her big thing is that, so right now, she tells you how the workers have had their pay cut. But that's not really all of it. So there are roughly 25,000 people on this planet. They have a caste system of what they call the around 1,000. There's only roughly around 1,000 of these people out of 25,000 that are considered citizens. And they've made it virtually impossible with pay cuts in order for any of the regular workers to get into the around 1,000. So all of these people aren't even considered citizens of the planet. And if you are in the around 1,000, then you get significant pay raises and you get discounts at the company store. And she lets you know, she says, we're not issued equipment by P.R.Q. As miners, we have to purchase the equipment that we need to do our job, which we can only purchase from the company store, which is owned by P.R.Q.
Do Do we know how much these Aslan mercenaries are being paid? Because if they have no honor, then they aren't going to have any loyalty either. Perhaps they could be hired.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Probably not, but they're just throwing it out there.
So, Rexar would know that the mercenaries from the Glorious Empire, he considers them to be honorless, but he knows a couple of things about them. The first being that the mercenaries that have been hired from Glorious Empire always seem to complete their ticket. They don't ever take a better offer in the middle of a combat. The second thing that Rexar knows about them is that of the honorless dogs of the Glorious Empire, the mercenaries are actually the ones that have the most honor. And I say that because regular Imperial troops, the Grand Empire Imperial troops, are basically in a chaotic situation where the Glorious Empire just loses and loses and loses. So troops on the front lines are basically hopeless. Meanwhile, the troops that cycle into the mercenary corps go outside the Glorious Empire, and they very rarely ever lose. They've won almost every engagement they've ever been in. And so it's really shitty for them, because then they have to come back and they're cycled back into the regular troops, and they're like, this sucks. We're used to winning, and you guys just are getting the shit kicked out of you all the time. So he considers everybody from the Glorious Empire to be honorless, but he will say the mercenaries aren't known for trading sides just to make a higher percentage.
All right, gotcha. So that idea is out the window.
They're not bad, but they're not good.
They're not doing it right.
I mean, to Rexar's mind, you wouldn't even consider Aslan from the Glorious Empire to really be Aslan. Yeah, they are
bricks.
Yeah, they are bottom feeders.
Okay, so it's probably not a sneaky way of taking them out. I mean, there's like poison, but that would be really hard to coordinate in concert with the rest of the revolution. We don't have that many people. So
Well,
I think we'll just have to.
Maybe what about if we delivered like snacks with laxatives? And we just lock them all in the bathroom. And
get gigantic pill pockets.
just like deliver cupcakes full of, I don't know, Visine, and they just all.
Well,
Yeah, maybe we could.
so Rexar considers them to be honorless, but they do abide by some Aslan tradition. So if you didn't want to get into a fight with all 5 of them, Rexar could basically challenge their leader to a duel. Whoever wins the duel, then that side has to back down. That's assuming that you run into these guys. But she just wanted to throw it out there that there's 5 of these Aslan down here, and they are ruthless.
We could look for them. And I could be like, hey, fight me, and if you lose, get the fuck out.
Here, Aslan.
I'm right here. Why you say here?
Well, your dishonorable brethren.
Yeah, my brethren, they're just assholes.
Well, I'll leave it up to Rex if he wants to do that first, or if he wants to not do that and just press on with the hostage plan.
Well, would you rather fight no Aslan or 5 Aslans?
I'd rather fight no Aslan, but I thought maybe the armed revolutionaries versus 5 Aslans would be... Well, but then that's a bunch of dead revolutionaries, too.
Yep,
So.
it's gonna be like a meat blender.
Alright, I mean... Shit. Is there anything I can do medically to enhance him? Are there performance-enhancing drugs?
I'd rather not take them.
Oh, god damn it. Well, too bad.
That's dishonorable.
Well, I mean, you could
We'll drug
you could theoretically search around and look for like combat enhancing drugs. That is a possibility.
Rex
I'll
are well
take
dishonorable. So looks like we're gonna seek those guys out first. Does the revolutionary leader know where the Aslans are to be found generally?
She's not sure. She says that they seem to pop up anytime that there is, anytime the Union congregates to do a strike. So beyond that, she doesn't know where they are stationed or where they're hiding out.
Alright. Let's do some recon checks with our visitor badges intact.
Yeah, looking for good old cat people.
Okay.
Where are the cat?
So really quickly, which way did we come in?
So you came in. Your ship is roughly in this bay.
Okay, but I mean, like, so does that mean that is the gate where we came in?
Yeah, that's the door where the ship flew in and docked.
Okay, so one thing I'd like to, sorry, like I'm hearing myself. It's like beach jammer. One thing I'd like to do is potentially set up some explosives at that.
Okay.
Door. If what we need is in here, then at least anybody who's in these other rooms won't be able to get in.
Okay. So
Does that make sense?
So.
And that way we control at least one of the directions that unfriendlies can come in from.
Here, I'll set this up a little bit better.
And make sure I understand. Administration is over here. Over there. Somewhere. On this side. Right in there. And the armory is over here. So I would like to figure out a way to close out as many exits as possible so that we have control over the flow of people.
Gotcha. So this is roughly where your ship is, and let me turn it properly so it's kind of like that. And the ship flies out these doors here. And then, like I said, administration is this way, and this actually leads to storage. Then to the north of that, this door here leads into the armory.
Okay.
I wondered if we could tell the sales rep or whoever's with us that we heard a rumor about a strike congregating in a certain area, and that would like summon the Aslans. I mean, no one will be there, but it might work.
I
Okay.
just wanted to know what's down here.
You need to click and hold it for it to there.
So
Yeah.
this is actually the first entrance into the mines.
That's where the mines are.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And there's some shift housing down there and things like that, but this is mostly the entrance to the mines.
So then do we want to say we heard something suspicious coming from the mines? They should send security that way and then blow the entrance once they've all gone through the door? Sorry, I just took explosives, so I really want to blow things up.
I'm sure you'll get a chance. This is a pretty good place to do it.
So here's a question. You took the explosive skill, but do you have any explosives?
I'll have some frag grenades in my grenade launcher.
So, if that's part of your plan, Gira Hollis tells you, she says, that there are some limited explosives available down past the mines in this section where you could get, or actually, I'm sorry, they would be. Hold on.
All the way down.
A second. Yeah. So in this area, yeah, I was correct the first time. There would be some supplies, and they have some limited explosives for mining that you could probably use.
Okay.
If you wanted to do it that way.
We could make a suicide vest and threaten people. No, that's not a good idea. All right.
I think it'd be a good idea to get as many people through that door as possible and then blow it so they can't get back in. And then the revolutionary can come through. Also, what is past this? It's like, is that just the sky
So,
through there?
yes, this is an airlock that leads to the outside.
Oh, darn it. I was like, let's just sneak in and open that door. And then they can come right in.
And this over here is actually missile control for the two turrets outside the entrance to the landing bay.
What if a shuttle did pull up here? Like, if we could just get in and then open the shuttle, and then because I'm obsessed with blowing things up, we could blow that up behind us and just, like, carry the things through. We'd have to get back to our ship. Never mind. That wouldn't work. I don't know. I've spitballed enough. I'm good with whatever plan we make.
So
So when the leader of the revolution looks like a strike, like event together, are there flyers? Is it word of mouth? How does it happen?
Flyers. Yeah, remember to hand out the flyers.
Well, in some cases, yeah, it is flyers. Basically, she sends out a group message on mobile comms, and everybody congregates.
Okay. Could she send one to me on accident? Like, on accident, and like for a thing that's not really going to happen? Or is it that where you gain access to over? I'm fucking old. Is it like a Discord server?
Well, she could send out a message to get people to gather. Essentially, she could essentially have people gather right here in the bay if you wanted. But there's not really any way for her to say, "Oh yeah, I'm just kidding," and not have it. It wouldn't work.
Alright, I just thought maybe there was a way for me to have like a decoy message to show to administrators and some of the Aslans. Alright, maybe we're better off doing recon checks for now. We'll pretend there's a thing happening as a backup plan, but let's skulk around and see what we can find.
Okay, so where do you guys want to go first?
Okay, they're probably monitoring the workers, so there's probably evidence in near where they congregate and live, I'd imagine.
Okay, so you want to meander around the workers' quarters. So, yeah. Hold on here. I'm going to move you. Hold on. Let me check something here. Oh, I did do this. Okay, good.
Keith, as the engineer, like look for any kind of like electronic sensors or like intranet things. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on here. I'm trying to pull you away so that I can actually grab you guys. Here we go.
I'm going to start chewing gum because in every heist movie I've ever seen, chewed gum comes in handy.
Right.
So I'm just going to start chewing some gum because we're going to need it at some point. According to every heist movie I've ever seen.
So this is more or less the back room bar that you're in. So yeah, everybody make a recon plus intellect check.
Got 11.
Nice.
Also got 11.
Okay.
I also got 11.
Okay.
I got 9.
All right. So that is 4 successes.
There's always that one person.
Well, that's still 4 successes. Hold on here. That's not what I want. So you can see that there are 2 P.R.Q. security guards that are kind of milling around. These 2 guys are basically acting like, cops that are just being jerks. Like when you, and I know everybody's seen them, but like cops around with a large congregation of teenage skateboarders. The kids aren't really doing anything, but the cops are being dicks because they have the power to. And these guys are, pushing people. Move along. Stop loitering. Don't congregate. Move along. Get back to your habitat or move to the bar. But whatever you're doing, don't stand around. And just kind of being a-holes. Those are the 2 guys that are keeping eye on the situation in the workers' quarters.
Then would you like me to rip them in half?
Let's flirt with them and find out if they're gay or if this will work.
Oh, okay. And Renzo puts up his name.
Spritzes himself with some Aslan Axe body spray. It smells like, wet skunk.
Why making that face? This is a popular smell where I come from.
Okay, so we need to distract these guys somehow. These are humans, right?
They are.
Okay. I want to use the power of flirting.
Okay.
How do we do it?
So, that is a really good question.
Hope it's not my social skill.
At carouse.
I would say that would probably fall under carouse. So, I guess the question is how do you want to go about with your flirting? And which one are you going to try to flirt with?
What? What's the last part?
So how are you going to go about your flirting, and which one of the 2 are you going to try to flirt with?
Okay, I'm going to get bold and be stupid, and say that me and my group friends over there were betting on which one would win an arm wrestling contest.
Okay. Go ahead and make a oh boy, let's see here. Make a carouse plus soc check.
Eight.
Okay, so this guy's like, oh, so which one of you young ladies am I gonna be arm wrestling?
No, you arm wrestle each other, silly.
Exo looks that.
Yeah, you guys, the dudes can go like look around while these guys do stupid things. If we succeed.
He says, well, I don't know. One of us has to keep an eye on the street situation. Things can get out of hand here pretty quick.
We'll keep an eye on things. Why don't you go have a seat at that table, and I'll keep a lookout at the door. It won't take but a second.
So Ching...
I bet you'll win. I'm going to whisper to one of them, I bet you'll win.
Ching Shi, make a carouse plus soc check with a +2.
And what do we get to add for cleavage?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Make a boob check.
Yeah, you guys are like in full pirate dress now, so, boobs galore.
So wait, what was it? Carouse plus...
Social.
Social.
Plus an additional 2.
Plus 2. 8, 9, 11.
So, this guy kind of overhears, he comes over, he's like, hey, Joe, what's going on? And he's like, these two beautiful ladies want us to go arm wrestle. Well, come on, let's go ahead and do it then. And they go into a back corner here. And like true manly men, they take off their shirts to show their rippling muscles. These guys don't really have rippling muscles. They're a little doughy.
So the question now is, can we jam the door closed?
So...
I don't know. I thought Keith Clark and Rexar could do recon shit while we were doing this. I don't know.
I could shut the door and break the handle.
Yeah, I could.
Or...
So,
there is an electronic lock on all these doors. If somebody wants to do an electronics computer check, you can lock the door. Let me double check something.
Can we jam radios too?
So
from our hand terminal, probably not.
Probably not from your hand terminal, no. Now, one of the things that you have available to you, you all have a holographic set of goggles. If you remember, one of the last things that Raph bought last session was the unit data terminal. And so all of you have a set of goggles that connects to this thing on your ship, and you have an overall layout heads-up display of the area. And it can be updated by each of you. So if there's, like, let's say that somebody laid out landmines and you know that they're there, you can mark them for everybody to see on their heads-up display.
Alright, so we could make it obvious to say Keith Clark that this door is lockable with, come do that, or come check this out.
Yeah.
So he could fuck with it while I jump up and down and cheer here.
Right.
Like a moron.
And maybe try and snag their hand terminal, their radios.
Okay.
Just like Captain Lee.
So to do that,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just let stuff. I don't know if it's You know what? If they radio for both, that may not be so bad because maybe the Aslans show up.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay. So you're going to have Keith Clark try to jury the door. Is that the plan here?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so Keith Clark, make a electronics computers check.
Okay.
Plus your choice, either EDU or intellect.
Okay, yeah, 10.
Did you add EDU?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, so he gets exactly what he needed, and he kind of takes this door panel apart and hacks into it with his hand terminal, and the door slides shut, and goes into lock mode. And it's locked. I mean, they're going to have to reverse hack it in order to get out, because even a key card won't open it now.
If I were to break the computer part, would that unlock it or keep it even more locked?
It's hard to say, because a lot of times, there's usually a backup emergency system that if the computer goes out, the door will open to allow egress because of an emergency.
Or it'll go into like lockdown, and then none of the doors will open.
Alright, I won't talk about it.
You'll have your glory when you find the leader guy. It'll be great. I can't
Exactly, you'll get your challenge.
Listen, it's all computer and talking, and I just got muscles.
So these guys are pissed off, and they get up and they're banging on the door, looking through the window at Beth and Ching Shi, and
I'm like confused. Like, oh my god, what happened?
Oh, I was gonna say I would flash them. Just be like, sorry boys, and flash them, and then we can move on.
Rickshaw also flashes him.
That's all I get.
That's it. It's like, here's your consolation prize.
and one of them grabs their mobile comm and radios in that there is a security issue on the promenade.
That's when I go over here.
We're gonna make our stand here?
I believe so. Let's see who shows up.
Okay.
Keith, where do you want to go? Top room, Keith? Okay, we're here to back you up. Okay. Sorry, what?
Give me just a second. I have to find something for this. So backup comes from this northern door in the form of 4 P.R.Q. security and 2 Aslan mercs.
Oh boy. They had to have backup.
They're honorless. They can't do anything without backup. Let's see here. These guys. Everybody roll initiative.
I don't see myself on the turn.
Okay, let me re-add you guys. Hold on here. Okay, can you see yourself now?
Alright, good.
Okay. Between Beth Smith and Rexar, which one of you wants to go first? Well, Rexar's right out in the hallway, so I guess that answers that question. And between Keith Clark and Ching Shi, which one of you wants to go first?
Chi should go first.
Okay. Okay, so Rexar, you can hear through this door here is actually open. This leads into the bar proper. And you can hear that the door is open, that security forces have moved into the bar. And you can hear a number of the patrons are like, hey, what the fuck? Quit ruining our buzz. Rexar, what do you want to do?
Oh, if I throw a grenade in there, that will hurt patrons.
That is true.
How about
I mean, you're a pirate. Do you care about that?
Can you challenge their leader? Is these guys one of the Aslans?
I can do that, but then the other security forces might pose as right.
Okay. Well, shit. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe we should let them through to fix the door. That's not what they're gonna do. No.
Bring him through. Fix the door, motherfucker. There's not enough of you to take us out.
Rexar's gonna call out and say, Rats of the Inglorious Empire. Which one of you is the leader?
Nice.
He says, so you hear a low growl come from inside, and he says, essentially says, the colonel's not going to he's not going to lower himself to your standards. We're going to deal with you.
Oh, the colonel's afraid of my empire. Seems real accurate. You guys are always getting your asses kicked. You would need the advantage.
So what do you want to do with your significant action and minor action, or 3 minor actions? So
I'm in.
these.
Do I have a battle dress?
Hold on here. Let me double check something. Yes, good. So one of these hexes is 1 minor action, so it's 1.5 meters. So the question, so you guys didn't, I don't know, I guess in the interim while you were deciding your plan, you could have gone back to the ship. Do you want Rexar wandering around in the workers' promenade, civilian quarter section, in battle dress? I mean, that's going to draw attention. If that was the case, then the security forces would have probably come in sooner.
I can survive in combat back.
Okay. So you're wearing combat vac suit?
Mm-hmm.
So are they coming in to like stress us or just to get the other security guys out?
They're coming
if
in.
they get those guys out, then we can follow them to wherever the Aslan leader guys are.
They're coming in to make arrests. They're coming in to make arrests for messing with P.R.Q. security and basically rough up the citizenry.
Alright, no fucking serious. Okay.
Do they have line of sight on me? Or do I have line of sight of them?
Neither, no. This
Is that door closed?
this door's open, but this wall's in your way. But you can hear the patrons in the bar are all kind of upset about these security forces coming in.
Would you say there's any patrons by the door?
Probably not, no.
I would like to rig a frag grenade on the door to explode if it opens.
So this door is open.
Oh. I'd like to shut it and then rig.
So a minor action to shut it. You shut the door. If you're rigging a grenade, that would be explosives.
I have that.
Okay, go ahead and make an explosives plus intellect check. Either intellect or EDU, your choice.
Intellect or what?
Or EDU. Education or intellect.
With intellect, because I have plus 0. That would be a 9.
Okay. Okay. But that leaves no actions for you to go anywhere.
Wait, shit. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
So, Beth Smith, what would you like to do?
I would like to grab Rexar and pull him into the room after watching him set up the
Yeah, I set up the grenade, and I'm like, yeah, this will work honestly. And I look at the captain and just give him a big thumbs up, but don't move.
Make an athletic strength check.
Okay. Okay, that one didn't land the fucking thing. Okay. Alright, 6, 7. Not very good.
You only got a 7?
7? What?
You got a 7? Okay. So Rexar, Captain Smith is grabbing you and trying to pull you into the room. Are you going to oppose?
No.
Okay. So she pulls you into the room and shuts the door.
Hello, Captain.
Aslan Mercs. This one. Can't see. I still can't see. This will do though. He's going to take the aim minor action on the door. And as a free action, they order P.R.Q. security to go through the door. Ching-Shi, what would you like to do?
Holy shit.
So here's the other thing that Rexar fills in the rest of you with, is that one of the things that the Glorious Empire is known for doing is using what they call dog soldiers. And so they will field thousands of slaves that have explosive collars around their necks, and they will give them the shittiest armor and the cheapest weapons, and they will field them in a battle and let them do all the dying, as opposed to sending their own warriors in to fight. This is why they're honorless. And so that's exactly what these two guys did, is they told the P.R.Q. human guards, go check out the door. Now, neither...
Okay, I'm going to aim, because I think what's going to happen is the humans will blow the door and the Aslan will come through through the rubble. So I'm going to aim and be ready for that.
Okay, so you're probably like right here, and you are aiming.
Yeah, but around the corner so that when it does blow up, I'm not standing in the pathway.
Right, so you have a +8 to armor because of cover.
Okay.
All right. Keith Clark, what would you like to do?
I'm going to take a similar action, and I'm going to hide right here and aim in this general direction, right at the door.
We need it.
Okay.
No.
All right, so P.R.Q. security. Man, this bar is huge.
Oh, that one's just standing on people's drinks.
Yeah, that shows you what kind of pricks they are. He's not close enough to the door to do anything. So we're going to fast track him and get this party started. So, what kind of grenade did you set up, Rexar?
Just a fragmentation grenade.
Okay. Holy shit. So... One, two, three, four...
Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Good thing the door's shut.
Oh shit!
Alright.
Good thing the doors are shut. I'm sorry, Jing-Shi.
Roll 5d damage.
Uh-oh. Okay, I got 2 1s and 2 6s. That's 14. Takes a drink before... Alright.
So what was the total?
14.
Okay, so Ching Shi with the +8, what is your total armor?
Okay, so what I'm wearing says protection 17, and
So-
then +8.
Okay, so you don't take any damage. Keith Clark with the +8, what is your total armor?
It is 21.
Okay, so you don't take any damage. So this grenade goes off. This door right here, wrong tool. This door right here buckles and is blown like off of its hinges, and it's kind of like sitting there partially opening and closing like a broken grocery store slider. Shrapnel bounces off the walls near Keith Clark and Ching Shi. These guys are going to be real unhappy, I think. Let's see.
I mean, the worst case scenario, we blame the explosion on the explosive collars not functioning.
That's That's true. Wouldn't the explosion then trigger their collars so they're all dead?
Well, they're not wearing slave collars. I'm saying that the Glorious Empire was known for sending in human slaves wearing explosive collars.
This is
So
the first time that there haven't been horrible slave explosion collars involved in the story.
this guy is blown apart. But the rest of them, these guys, the other three, they only end up taking 1 point of damage. And the Aslan Mercs take no damage. They're armored up. Now, here's the other thing. The explosion goes off, and all of the lights go out. Emergency lighting comes on. This door lock triggers for emergency. So it's still closed, but the door lock has triggered to green status for emergency egress.
Oh, crap.
Rexar, what would you like to do?
Watch him again.
Also, that grenade going off pretty much killed or maimed several citizens inside the bar.
I'll blame it on the S.
Did you see what those corporate bastards did?
That probably work.
It probably would.
Move here and auto the remaining three guys with my the Yeeharl assault rifle.
Okay, go for it. And so it should have. I believe you modified yours with a advanced combat rifle, so it has auto 3, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought. So you can get all 3 of those guys.
All right.
So you get to make
First hit.
3 attack rolls.
The first hit is 5, 9.
I'm sorry, a what?
Sorry, I'm mathing.
Oh,
11 on the first one.
Okay, so that is a additional +3 to damage on the first guy.
Uh, 20 damage.
Oof. He's hurting pretty bad, but he's not down. Second attack.
Gonna be on that same guy.
No, you have to pick the next one.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be. Auto fire is 3 adjacent. For auto 3 would be 3 adjacent hexes.
All right, that's an 8 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit with no additional damage.
Do I add my plus to the hit or to the damage?
So it's an average attack. So on the last one you got an 11. So average is 8. So that would be +3 to the damage on the first guy. The second guy you just got an 8, so there's no additional damage.
No, I mean, like, do I add my +2 to gun combat
No.
slug to the
No.
roll or to the damage?
It's just to the attack roll.
Okay, then that would be a 10, not a 8.
Okay, so that is a +2 to damage.
That's just 15.
Okay, he's still up, but he's hurting as well. And your third attack.
That's a 9.
+1 to damage.
$16 damage.
Okay. So they're all hurting pretty good, but still standing. Hold on just a second.
After that, Rexar calls out, "See how a proper Aslan fights from the front lines, not the back like a coward."
Yeah.
Nice.
Shit.
Wow, is there... Let's see here. Go ahead and make a carouse plus social check on that one to see if you can give an intimidation.
Do I get to add my territory stuff since they're Aslan?
That's a really good question. I'm going to say yes, and the reason I say yes, so Aslan from the Glorious Empire, the Empire has been forced to look inward to defend the territory that they have, and for like at least over the last 20 years have not been able to expand their borders. And so none of the Aslan in the Glorious Empire are able to scratch that itch of getting new land. So yeah, you can add your territory because you don't have that problem. You can always go get more land. And these guys don't even know if maybe you have.
That's 10 if I add my territory.
Oh, and you know what? What is your territory score right now?
+4.
Yeah, it doesn't go up. I was going to say you get to add... So, there's a partial addition to your territory because theoretically your physical territory has improved. You got the space station. And that kind of counts. So you got an 11 total?
10.
A 10. Okay. So these guys are really, really pissed off, but they're going to be at a -1 for their attack. Captain Beth, what would you like to do?
I think I want to use that revolver.
Oh, the Sindalian?
Mutiny round.
Yeah, okay. So with the
move to where he can.
So with the mutiny round, if you move to right here, you could really cause them to have a problem.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that I could shoot him from here, and I'd probably get the remaining people. I hope.
You could get this guy, and you could get this guy.
Okay, I will go for it. I rolled in combat, or? I got 9.
Okay, that's a +1 to damage.
Okay, and then it says 5 and blast 2, but I don't.
So blast 2 means this guy will get it as well.
Okay. So
Because it's a directed blast, so it's going to go right through that door. Well, actually, from this position... No, it's just going to be this guy and this guy. Sorry.
Okay, so I got 13 on my damage roll.
Okay. This guy is knocked on his butt. He basically takes... Whoops, that's the wrong button. This guy takes a what is essentially a grenade shell to the chest and is prone. This guy doesn't take any damage. His armor eats all of it.
All right.
The Aslan Merc
Well, oh fuck. Okay.
is also using a Yaheel auto rifle and is going to go burst on Beth Smith, and he does not care that this P.R.Q. security guard's in his way, which makes his shot difficult, so he has to get a 10 plus. And he only gets an 8, so this P.R.Q. security goon is going to take 3d plus 2 damage. And he takes 12 points to the back, but his armor eats all of it. I'm sure he is thoroughly bruised and completely unhappy with this guy. This guy back here, I cannot see. This guy back here jumps up on the table and is going to take a shot. Let's see. At Beth Smith.
I'm the captain. They know.
And he hits with a +1 to damage. He does 14 points of damage. What's your armor?
TL Tech plus 13.
Okay, so you don't take any damage.
Yeah, fuck you.
Ching Shi, what would you like to do?
So if I try and shoot down the corridor, it's gonna be a shot because Beth is here, yes?
So it will be difficult. You've aimed, so you have a +1 to your attack. Now, you could take your minor action to make that a +2 to your attack. And it would be a difficult shot to hit this guy right here. So 10 plus.
Okay. I'm really annoyed that I come after these guys because they're going to come out so pissed and I want to shoot them instead.
You could aim and wait for them, and then they'd probably be really screwed because you'd have to jump on them, right? I don't know.
You also either threaten them or lock the door again.
Run across and lock the door again. Like,
Or talk to them mentally. This is your God speaking. Don't come out of the room.
So these guys in here are manually opening the door. So there's a emergency panel now that the power's off and the door's unlocked, and they're just cranking to get this door open by itself. They'll be able to come out next round.
Okay. And if I aim again, I still have to wait for it to come all the way back to me, right? It's not like holding an action and I get to shoot when they pop out.
You could, yeah. So if you took a minor action to aim here, I'll give you a +1, and you could hold your action to, as soon as that door opens, pull the trigger.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
As soon as they come through the door of this door. So I'm re-aiming at a new target. But because I don't want to risk being anybody at the end of the hallway.
Okay. You can do that.
So I'm just going to greet them with my combat rifle as soon as they walk through the door.
Okay. Keith Clark, what would you like to do?
I would like to pull the captain into cover.
You could push me too. Attack me.
So from your position, it would take you 2 minor actions to get to the captain. So you wouldn't be able to get out there and pull her in.
Okay.
But if you wanted to, you could move here and take a shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, advanced combat rifle.
Okay.
Get a 9 to hit.
Okay, so that's a +1 to damage. Were you firing on burst?
On auto or burst, yeah.
Well, technically, I mean, if you wanted to fire on full auto, you could hit this guy, and this guy. So on the first attack, this guy would take a +1 to damage.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. So I got 7 damage for.
So this guy's armor takes that. Your second shot. Go ahead and roll for that.
So do I roll to hit?
Yes. It's just like rolling a second attack.
Okay. 12.
Okay, so that's a +4 to damage.
$14.
Okay, this guy goes down.
Yay.
And your third attack.
Third attack. 10.
That is a +2 to damage.
Uh, 14.
Okay, this guy takes 2 points of damage.
Yay.
Good.
All right, P.R.Q. security. These guys are still working on that door. This guy.
Are you sure you want to hit us? They legit just shot you in the back.
He's going to fire his submachine gun on auto 3 and try to hit Rexar, Beth, and Keith. His first attack is a +1 to damage on Rexar, but Rexar has +8 to his armor.
Look, beating 25 is my armor currently.
Yeah, so you don't take any damage, but you did 16, which is actually a pretty good hit. Beth Smith, he misses completely. And Keith Clark, he misses completely. All right.
Point blank. Couldn't even hit that.
Yeah, he got really bad rolls for that second attack.
That's fucking funny to think about. It's fucking submachine gun just missing.
Right?
Down
Yeah.
a hall.
Just sprays a shitload of bullets and nobody gets hit. It's like listening to the news and listening to some, gang fight downtown. Oh, they fired off a bunch of Tech 9s on full auto. 452 rounds fired. 2 people were winged. Minor injuries.
It's like Cyril and Archer. Suppressive fire.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. This guy's the Cyril of the P.R.Q. security team. Rexar, what do you want to do?
I would like to auto 3 again.
Go for it. From where you are at,
Alright,
you can get this guy, and this guy. Oh, wait. 1, 2. No, you can't because there's nobody adjacent. So you could do a burst attack on this guy.
Oh.
Or you could do a burst attack on this guy. Either way.
I'll do the guy that just missed all his shots right in front of us.
Okay, go for it.
First roll, that's a 7.
That is a miss. Well, no, that is actually a hit with +1 to damage.
Oh, sweet.
Because this guy's in extreme close range, so.
That's 18 points of damage.
Okay, this guy goes down. Unconscious. Oops. Okay. Captain Smith. At this point, most of the injured people that are able to have crawled their way towards this northern door. Or they've crawled to the southern door. So if you guys want to use grenades at this point, you can.
I mean, that didn't stop us before.
Right. Yeah. Too late. You can't unscrew a light bulb.
True. Let me see here. All right. I still have my revolver out with. I mean, I assume it's loaded with these things.
So mutiny round, you would have to take a turn to reload it. It would take a minor action to reload it.
Okay.
Which, I mean, you have a minor action available to you if you wanted to do that. But you also have to realize it only has a 5-meter range, so you would have to, if you want to do anything, you'd have to step forward onto the bodies.
I should probably just pull out my advanced combat rifle instead and fire with that.
Or you can take a shot with the revolver itself. I mean, you got a clear line of sight on this guy.
Okay, sure. So it's just got regular stuff in it then?
Well, it would.
Or
You can spin the revolver. So so it has 2 different loads that you can put into it. One are the blue rounds, one are the red rounds. They got hot and cool rounds. Cool rounds have 0G property and are light hitting. Red rounds are heavy hitters. There's nothing to stop you from spinning the revolver and pulling the trigger.
okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
So you can choose which one you want to fire.
I wouldn't put 0G rounds when we're like on land, so
Right, yeah, you're probably going hot rounds.
I'd probably have red in there. 8 to hit.
That hits. No bonus to damage, but it hits.
Alright. Then red, 3d6 minus 2, it says.
Uh-huh.
So that's 6 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy takes another hit. Aslan Mercs. This Merc drops his auto rifle. 2, 3, and is charging with his dew claw. This Merc does the same. 2, 3, and they're both charging with dew claws out. But that's as far as they can get. Ching Shi, what do you want to do? Now you could take another 3 minor actions to continue your aim, which would give you a +4 when this door opens.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really ready to stop aiming at things that are not happening.
Okay.
But no, I'm gonna do it because I want us all to be tripped up from behind. So I'll do that. So that if they ever come out, I'll get +4.
Okay.
I'll decide not to because they're big cowards.
Keith Clark.
They're pretending to go with the door. They're like, oh, we can't open
Oh
it.
yeah, oh no, oh darn, this door won't
This
open.
door won't open. Oh no. That's what I was in real life. Like, I'm trying to be brave, but oh no.
So Keith Clark, you see these 2 Aslan charging at Beth with their dew claws out. What do you want to do?
I think my best bet is to just shoot.
All right,
Fire.
go for it. You want to do full auto to hit both of them, or do you want to do burst fire on one of them?
Let's do burst fire on one of them.
Okay, so to hit this guy, the guy in the front is going to be an easy task, so 4+.
We got 8.
Okay, that's +4 to damage.
14.
Oof. This guy drops with his face into the dirt.
Nice, he kills an Aslan.
Yay.
This door
You sound
opens,
so happy about it.
and these 2 guys move forward and are ready to attack. But Ching Shi, you can do an auto fire attack on both of them if you'd like, and you have a +4 to your attack.
Okay, so that is my gun combat plus what?
Dex.
Yep.
Gun combat
Dex,
plus
okay.
dexterity. +4.
2, 6, 7, 11.
That's a hit on number 1 with a +3 to damage.
Okay. That's 3. 10.
Oof. This guy, because he has no shirt on, remember, is no more.
Wow.
Attack number 2.
Is it still? Do I still get +4?
Yes.
So it's another 11.
Okay, that's another +3 to damage.
Okay. 12.
Oh, shit. And this guy eats a whole bag of shit, and he goes down. Probably should have got dressed before they opened that door.
And they had all that time in there while they were struggling with it.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, they were probably using their shirts to mop each other's brow and, wrap around the handle so they could get a better grip and flex their doughy arms. Last attack of the night, Rexar.
How long have I been going?
Rexar, last attack. You're muted.
Rexar's gonna go out with his axe and yell at the other Aslan to tell your captain that Rexar challenges the leader of this group of Aslan. And bring the Sigma down and charges him.
Well, if you're telling him to tell his leader, are you going to allow him to leave to go tell his leader that, or are you going to kill him before he can leave?
Do they not have comms? Do they not have comms?
Yeah, they have comms. I'm just thinking from an honor standpoint.
Alright, I'll leave and tell your captain that I challenge him to single combat.
Okay. And he does so.
Inglorious bastard.
Sweet! It worked. We just had to kill many people.
And a couple of civilians, but you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. He takes off running to the northern door, stepping over injured civilians on the way out. And as he does that, you can hear that the emergency alarms are blaring.
Ooh, all right.
That's
Looks
where
like it's happening.
that's where we will leave off for this week. Man, you guys know how to start some shit. I will say that. So we will pick this up next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Same time, same channel.
Thanks, everybody. It was awesome. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. I will see you guys next week.